back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, and I'm back from vacation with a new video. In fact, this is my second video today. Can you believe it? If you haven't checked out the video I did earlier, episode 7 of our failed action figure line based on movies, as I take a look at the Kenner, Bill and Ted action figure line. So what are we going to talk about now? Well, we're going to look at unreleased figures from the Alien line and Predator. Now, I'm going to keep this video to the pre-90s. We all know about the Aliens line that came out by Kenner in the 90s and the Predator line, also by Kenner, now under Hasbro, in the 90s. We're not going to look at that. We're going to look at the planned figures from Kenner, which did get re-released, kind of, with Super 7 a few years back. And we're going to look at the very first Predator figure that almost got released in 1987. Now, before I waste your time, or maybe I'm already wasting it, as always, like to support this channel, head over to patreon.com, become a Patreon supporter, and make this channel better. We need your support, or I need your support. I don't know, I always say we. But you can also go to thatjunkman.com and buy some cool t-shirts. Like that one right there, or that one right there. Cool t-shirts, right? But we also got mugs, buttons, cell phone covers, pillows. That's right, those are pillows. Now, let's get on with it and talk about the unreleased Alien and a Predator toy line. First, let's go to the late 70s. Alien was a big hit, and Kenner did release an Alien toy. You can see it over there in the corner, missing some parts, but it's a great looking Alien figure. But when Kenner released that and some other toy lines from the R-rated film, parents weren't too happy. Now, the cool kids that saw the Alien movie, that's right, only the cool kids got to go see the Alien movie, they didn't mind the toy. They loved it. And if they had cool parents that took them to see an R-rated cool movie, they probably didn't care that they had a toy based on an R movie. But a lot of grumpy parents got upset and complained. Guess times don't change. If somebody releases a toy somebody don't like now, they'll get on social media and complain until they get it canceled. Well, in 1979, some uptight parents got the Alien line canceled from Kenner. Like I said, they released the big Alien, but there was planned to release a smaller line that matched the scale to their Star Wars toy line. Now, if you're thinking you've seen these before at stores, it's because Super 7 took the molds that Kenner had and released them. So in a way, we did get the planned Alien line, but we didn't get it in 1979 as planned. Let's take a look at what we almost got. What you see here is prototypes of the 5 figures that were planned to release by Kenner. The planned size was going to be 3 3/4, just like the Star Wars figures. To be released was going to be Ripley with the flamethrower, Dallas with a flamethrower, Ash with a motion tracker, Ripley in her spacesuit, and an Alien figure that was going to be more to the scale. It was going to be 4.5 inches tall and have a retractable inner tongue. Well, if you're a fan of Alien, you didn't get that toy line. Sad, sad, sad. I mean, you could have got your Alien figure and your Ripley and your Dallas, and you could have made them say quotes from the movie. One thing great about the film, so many good quotes. You could get your Ripley figure and make it say, "Not you! You're not gonna take my crew today, Alien!" That's my favorite. That's probably my favorite quote. Or when the Alien busts down the door and says, "Alien! Alien!" That's also probably one of my good quotes. But another good science fiction movie in the 80s was Predator. And we never got any Predator toys until way after the movies were released into the 90s. Why didn't we get a Predator toy back when the film came out? Well, in 1987, we almost got it thanks to a toy company called Diamond Toys, not to be confused with Diamond Select. Let's take a look at a prototype of that Predator figure we almost got. Stephen Wang, who did the special effects makeup for the Predator in the film, was asked to produce a prototype of a Predator action figure. The prototype was a little over 9 inches tall, but would have been scaled down to around 5 inches if the figure got produced. It would feature a removable helmet, a laser cannon, backpack, and wrist blades. But it seems the toy was done so late in the production of the film that the toy company decided at the last minute not to produce the figure in case the movie flopped and they lost a bunch of money. As for the original prototype, well, it's owned by Joel Silver and proudly sits in his office today. Stephen Wayne, who designed the prototype, was allowed to make molds of it for himself, and since then, several copies of it have been sold and traded within the garage kit community. With this figure, I was really amazed by the detail, but when you find out who worked on the prototype, you can kind of understand. But he really put his heart and soul into making this Predator figure that sadly we didn't get. I would have loved to have a Predator toy line back in 1987. Well, looking back now I would, but in 1987 I had moved way away from toys. So maybe I wouldn't have loved it then, but now I would love to know that we did have Predator figures in the 80s. Well, what about an Alien figure made by Matchbox? Yeah, that company that makes little cars that you can put in your shirt pocket. Yep, they almost made an Alien, kinda. They released in the late 80s a 9-inch doll figure called Max. This was kind of a doll figure that you made yourself. I guess it was kind of like, how Barbie comes with different clothes to change? Well, Max was supposed to be a special effects artist, and you could change him into other famous movie characters. They did release only one in this line, one that you could transform into Freddy Krueger. But there were 3 costume sets planned, and actually shown on the back of the box. Out of those 3, there would have been a costume for Frankenstein, Dracula, but best of all, a snap-on alien outfit. Once again, we have to blame those upset parents, as they wasn't happy about a Freddy Krueger doll for their kids. Damn, parents ruined everything in the 80s, didn't they? Used to be those over-religious parents ruining everything in the 80s, and now it's those 20 to 30-year-old millennials that want to ruin and cancel everything. No matter what decade you're in, someone's going to get upset if you want to have fun. Unless maybe you're Cyndi Lauper. So, what else can we look at? What about trolls? Yeah, we're going to talk about trolls. You remember those little dolls? They were naked, had a hair sticking up like Don King. Well, did you know they almost released an alien troll? You think I'm joshing with you. I'm not. They almost did a whole movie line of these. We would have got one based on the Joker, Batman, and yes, an alien. In 1982, Hasbro released Battle Troll action figures and vehicles. They were taking the troll concept and trying to sell it to the boys. Hasbro had a plan to expand the line in 1993, and they were shown off at that year's Toy Fair, but never released. These figures looked a little better than the Battle Trolls that were released, and they were going to take the rights they already had to some popular films to turn them into trolls. As you can see here, we have a troll Joker. I'm not really sure who the other ones in the photos are, but if you look at the bottom of the picture in the center, yep, you guessed it, an alien troll. Okay, I said I was going to stay in the 80s, and that last one was more of the 90s, but when else am I going to get to talk about trolls? Especially a troll that looks like the Joker. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below, would you have liked to see these back in the 80s? Again, I know I would have. Or looking back at it now, I wish I did. You know what I mean. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what you think about these, even if you hate them. And you can even tell me what words I said wrong in this video, if I said any wrong. And until the next video, as always, please thumb up this one so I know you like my content. And subscribe to the channel. Till the next video, we'll talk again.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.